Hey, it's Kobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this video breakdown, I want to take a look at another blitz setup out of 3-3-5 penny 3 high. It's just been released in the new update for Madden 26. Now, this particular formation has a lot of good blitz setups, but unfortunately, it's only in one playbook. The name of the play that we use for this video breakdown is the 3-3-5 penny 3 high Edge Blitz 3. Here's the only playbook you can find this one out of, which is the Cardinals. Before I actually show the blitz setups here out of 3-3-5 penny 3 high Edge Blitz 3, let's take a look at the default pass coverages and pass rush assignments. Now, this particular defense, as you can imagine by the title, Edge Blitz 3 means you're going to get some edge pressure, plus you're going to end up having 3 deep coverage as you look at it behind the blitz. So as you can see on your screen right here, you're going to have these 3 defenders as far as dropping back into cover 3. And then you're going to have a couple other defenders that are going to play in the seam flat, such as you see on your screen right there. And then this other safety right here, he's going to be playing a 3 receiver hook. And then you got these 5 defenders that are going to be rushing the quarterback, as you see on your screen. Now let's set this one up here in just a second. But before I do that, let's run it without making any pre-snap adjustments. And more than likely, unless one of the guys shed block and get through, you're not going to get any pressure, such as you see there. Eventually, they end up getting pressure on the quarterback. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how to set this one up. So much like the Edge Blitz 2 that I just showed here the other day, this particular defense runs pretty much the same way as far as getting pressure on the quarterback. Really, all you got to do is just shift the defensive line to the right, such as you see on your screen. And what you're going to end up doing here is this guy right here, which is this defender right here, he's going to blitz off the edge and apply that pressure on the quarterback, such as what you see on your screen. Now, one of the problems with this is, since we're up against this gun bunch offset formation, sometimes he may run into one of those receivers that are going out, and that'll throw it off a little bit. But other than that, that's really it with the setup here. So let's go ahead and run this, and then we'll talk about some things you can do here in just a minute. And there's the edge heat. All right, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into and show you some other things you might consider doing with this particular play. Another way to run this particular defense, the 3-3-5 penny 3 high Edge Blitz 3, is again to shift the defensive line to the right. But this time you want to switch off to this particular linebacker. Now just remember, he's supposed to be blitzing into this area here. But what I'm going to do with him is I'm actually going to stay in control of him, allow him to take a couple steps up, and then I'm going to drop him back into coverage. And that way it just turns this into a 5-man pass rush into a 4-man pass rush. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, and you'll see what I mean right here. So right there, you just drop him back into coverage, and you try to take away something over the short middle of the field. That's another way of running this particular defense. From the All-22 and instant replay, we can get a better idea of how the X and O's of this particular play called the 3-3-5 penny 3 high Edge Blitz 3 works. Now, as you look at this particular defense, you can see when I shift the defensive line to the right, this is going to allow us to get that pressure. So shifting the defensive line to the right is going to allow you to do this. And what we're looking to get is this pressure coming from this particular defender off the edge, who will come after the quarterback pretty quick. Now, the cool thing about this particular defense is you don't have to blitz this guy right here. You can take control of him, such as I did earlier, allow him to come up a couple yards, and then drop him back and try to take away something. As far as the pass coverage, it gives you an extra defender dropping back. So rather than being a 5-man pass rush, now you got a 4-man pass rush, which means you got 7 defenders dropping back into pass coverage. So as you see on your screen right there, as I go through this, you're going to see the pressure coming. See, I let that guy come up a couple yards, and then I peel back off. And the only mistake I probably made here, as far as in control when I was watching the blitz, is maybe I should have tried to drop him over in this area here to take that receiver away over there, because he's wide open. But at any rate, you guys can see that the coverages are pretty good. If they were to try to make a quick pass, hopefully, for example, maybe they made a quick pass to this guy here or over here, we'd have some defenders that could converge on them pretty quick and not allow them to pick up a lot of yards. But as far as the pressure is concerned, it's there. And now remember, this is against a 5-man pass protection scheme. Earlier in the video breakdown, I talked about having this pass rusher coming off the edge here as you look at your screen and getting pressure on the quarterback. But one of the problems you might have with this is, say your opponent comes out in such an offense such as this gun bunch formation, as you look at it, and they've got these 3 receivers lined up right here. And I pointed out that sometimes this guy may run into them. Now, one of the things you can do, which is really nice about this particular defense, is that rather than having that guy blitz, you can flip the defense and have this guy rush the quarterback off the left side of the screen as you look at it. And basically all you're going to do is just shift the defensive line over here towards the left as you look at your screen. And it's the same thing. And then you're going to end up getting that edge pressure coming off the edge there. So that'd be another way of running this, especially against these gun bunch formations. Just flip the play and run it from the opposite side. All right, the next thing I want to show, what happens if the running back stays in the pass block. Now, if the running back does stay in the pass block, the setup I just showed as far as shifting the defensive line to the right, it's more than likely going to get blocked. You're not going to get any type of pressure as far as off the edge. Now, here's the running back staying in the pass block. Now, what I want to show here is something that you might consider doing. This is something that I've been taking a look at. Rather than not, it works every single time. I can't guarantee you that, but what you can do is you can show blitz. Now, you'll notice the one thing cool about this particular formation is it actually brings the safeties, at least two of them, down into the box, such as you see in the screen right there. Now, there's some other things you can do with this, with those coming down, but I'm not going to show that right now. But what I did want to show here is to shift the defensive line to the right, like we talked about earlier. Now, notice that these two defenders actually move back into this area here as you look at it. Now, what you can do is you can take control of this defender right here, the one that I'm about to move over here, and re-hot route him to blitz to send him to the outside. Now, remember, this only works best against bunch formations with the running back staying in the pass block over there towards the left. You should still end up getting some type of edge pressure coming off from the right side of the offensive line. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what we can get right here as you look at it. So right there, you can see we still get that pressure on the quarterback. So that's another way of running that. Now, one of the things you're going to do, and I probably didn't do a real good job there, is try to drop that defender back into coverage once he engages and try to fight him off as far as getting back and dropping back. So that way you got another defender dropping back. But at any rate, that's something that you can consider doing with this particular defense, especially against the gun bunch type formations where the running back lines up to the left, such as what you just saw there. As I've already mentioned, you can only find this particular formation out of one playbook, and I'm hoping down the road at EA I'll put in a few other playbooks, because there are a lot of good defenses in this particular formation called the 3-3-5 penny 3 high that you can bring some pressure on the quarterback. Plus, there's some nice plays that you can use throughout it that are pretty nice. If you look at some of these plays, I just want to show them to you guys. I just showed you guys the Edge Blitz 3. You've got another one at Edge Blitz 2, which I showed the other day, which is real nice as far as getting pressure on the quarterback. The Hot Blitz 3 is really good as far as getting pressure on the quarterback. The Mike Blitz 0 is another one you can look at. That Tampa 2, you can actually get pressure with that one as well. Let me see if I can think of any other defense. That Mike Sim 2 is another one that I noticed I could get pressure with. So there is some nice defenses out of here that you can get pressure on the quarterback. And then, of course, you've got some nice coverages behind it. You got this cover 6 invert. As well as that, you got the 3 double buzz, you got 3 double cloud. There's just all kinds of really nice stuff in here that you can run with. I just wish there was more. I just wish it was in more formations, or excuse me, more playbooks, such as, for example, the one that I run the most is probably the Vikings. And I wish it was in that one. I really like it. But at any rate, with that said, these are some plays in here that's worth checking out. I'm going to keep breaking down a few more of those blitzes, especially the ones I just talked about just a few seconds ago here, and get those to you guys soon over the next week or so. But anyways, I hope you guys appreciate this video breakdown. I'm really trying to do my best to give you guys some different things to look at. Rather than doing all the meta out there, I'm trying to show some other stuff that maybe you guys don't show. And I hope that this helps you guys out. So again, if you guys are brand new to the channel, just stopping by just to watch one video, I try to get real in depth on there. I try to keep it pretty professional, as you guys can see with the video breakdown, the illustrations, the graphics that I do. So again, leave a thumbs up at the least. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you appreciate the video breakdowns. Thanks again for watching it. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more Madden guides, strategy, and tips content. See you in the next video.